What's up, guys? It's Wednesday, August 20th, and welcome to a brand new episode here at DCTV, presented by Total Wireless, the official wireless provider of UFC. They're in your corner with unlimited 5G data that will not slow you down. So, it's a bit of a head scratcher. If I'm being completely honest. And I got to tell you, look, I try to be honest with you guys. I kind of got skin in the game. I at times will partner with companies like Netflix to help promote a fight. I'm pulling the curtain back for y'all. With that being said, I still will always give an opinion on said fights. Netflix is in the business of making big fights, big events, things that millions of people tune into. One of the ways that they do that is they roll out Jake Paul. They rolled out Jake Paul against Mike Tyson. It broke Netflix. Jake Paul fought with Tyron Woodley twice. Big numbers. Jake Paul fought against Tommy Fury. Big numbers. Jake Paul, who I believe, and I have told you guys this time and time again, he's much better than people give him credit for. One, Jake Paul is not an amateur fighter, like some try to say. Jake Paul has money, so Jake Paul is getting trained by the best boxing coaches that money can buy. He's full-time boxing. There are a lot of people that say he may do some other stuff. I don't know who he was going to fight that was saying that he was juiced up and he was ignoring him. Or was it Logan Paul? One of them. But at the end of the day, this kid's training to be the best fighter in the world, or the best as he can be, and he understands what losing would do to the perception of who he is in fighting. We were yelling so much about him fighting someone. Fight somebody your size. Fight somebody, a real boxer. Stop fighting MMA guys. There were so many things that people were mad about in regards to his level of competition and the people he was competing against. Well, today we learned that Jake Paul has his next opponent. His next opponent is by far the most credentialed guy actively. Many want to jump down my throat and say, well, Mike Tyson is actively. He's the most credentialed guy he's ever fought actively in his prime. There's one problem. He fights at 135 pounds. Netflix announced it publicly. Jake Paul made it official. Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. Jake Paul, guys, I'm all for fun fights. I'm all for big events. I will talk about what the fight entails. I don't think for 1 second that Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul in a boxing match is a complete mismatch on the side of Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is that much better than Jake Paul at boxing. He is. But Gervonta Davis in his last fight weighed 133.8 pounds. When Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, he weighed 199.4 pounds. He was supposed to fight Anthony Joshua. That's what we heard. He was calling on Anthony Joshua. I don't know what happened. And I'm not over here in the business of just crapping on Jake Paul. Because whereas in the beginning of this thing, I did not have much respect for Jake Paul and what he's done in boxing. But today, I am much more respectful of what he's starting to build as a professional boxer. I respect Jake Paul today. I respect the work that he's done. I respect how he's promoted fights. I respect what he's done to build his name to the point that Netflix always wants to be in business with him. I don't know that I can look at this one and go, well, I respect that he's fighting the guy that's better than him. Gervonta Tank's better than him. I just don't know that. He's so much bigger. It's actually kind of crazy. It's so much bigger. So, on Twitter, Jake said, Gervonta has been disrespecting my name for a long time. His nickname might be Tank, but I'm on FPV drone. I'm an FPV drone, and I'm about to disable Tiny Boy. Yes, he's one of the top pound-for-pound boxers in the world, But my motto is anyone, anytime, any place, against all odds. And I like my odds. First, I'm going to kill David. Then I will go and slaughter Goliath. So essentially, I guess he's saying he's beaten Tank, who's David. Then he will go and fight Anthony Joshua, who is Goliath. It's hard for me. This one's hard for me because I just don't know where you come up with these two names. My group messenger guys, all the guys from Cormier's Corner, love boxing. These dudes are like, I don't know, man. I can't get behind this one. Even them who have loved and lived boxing for so long. But Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta in Atlanta, Georgia on November 14th on Netflix. So it's obviously big business. But do you tap into it? Do you watch it? Do you see if Gervonta Davis can beat him? Because here's where it gets a tad bit interesting. All right, guys. Hey, it's the boy DC, your favorite podcaster and also a role partner. And of course, fellas, when you're in or you're out of the bedroom with your partner or that significant other, you have got to satisfy their needs as you try to satisfy your needs. It's so important. Hey, the one thing about Ro, when you're in the bedroom, our guys at Ro Sparks, they got your back. With its long-lasting functionality, Ro Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who want more controlled erections. And if approved, treatment ships directly to your door. For me, honestly, it's a no-brainer. Ro is a must-have, guys. Trust me, new sex health patients get $15 off of their first order of Ro Sparks on the recurring plan. So connect with a provider at RODOTCO/DCTV. Ro.co/DCTV to find out if prescription Ro Sparks is right for you. Guys, that's RODOTCO/DCTV for $15 off of your first order. Hey, get them Ro Sparks. I'm telling you, they work. I don't know if I saw a guy like Islam or Ilya or Khabib or Volk. I don't know if Merab Dvalishvili, who's 135-pound fighter. I don't know if I don't put them in with welterweights at times and light heavyweights, and I always would just count them out. There are some guys they can beat. That's why when the UFC started, there was no weight class, and it wasn't just the biggest guy won every time. So in that regard, maybe Gervonta Davis, who's the better boxer, finds success. But if you're wagering bets, I don't know. When Luis told me, I swear to God, I was on a plane coming home from Las Vegas. When Luis told me, hey, some news broke while you were on the plane. Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. I said, get the bleep out of here. I said, you're a bleep liar. I'm on the airplane, loud, telling him he's a liar. I just couldn't believe it. It's not something that you put together, piece it together, that a guy that fought at 205 is going to fight a guy that fights at 135. But imagine this, though, and this is where it interests me. You're fighting a guy that's better than you. He's just much smaller. But that guy, because he's better than you, what if he wins? What if he wins? Gervonta Davis wins this fight. Everything Jake Paul has done is wiped completely out. Gervonta Davis loses to Jake Paul. Obviously, it's going to hurt who Gervonta Davis is. He's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. But he lost to a guy that's going to be upwards of 70 pounds bigger than him when he steps into the boxing ring. Unless Jake Paul has to come down to a certain contracted weight, which I don't know that he would agree to it. For me, it's interesting, though, because there's got to be something to what he is as a draw in terms of money or what he can provide these guys in terms of financials for them to be taking these fights. Floyd Mayweather fought his brother, Floyd. And now Gervonta Davis is fighting Jake Paul. It's, to me, crazy. But I will tell you this right now, without a shadow of a doubt. I will watch this. I stayed up till 2 a.m. watching Jake fight Mike Tyson. I will watch this. I will do this again. Because it interests me. It interests me in the way of hey, he used the David versus Goliath comp. That's the other way around. But David is more skilled. David is the guy that has been trained in the U.S. Olympic system. David is the world champion. David is the guy that's fought the best competition out there in the world. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy fight. News that I never would have expected. But I'm telling you right now, Jake Paul is fighting Gervonta Tank Davis on November 14th in Atlanta, Georgia. There's some danger in that, man. There's some danger for Jake Paul, less for Gervonta, but there's some real danger in that fight. Imagine if Gervonta Davis knocks this dude out. People would go absolutely crazy. But Jake knows, right? Because Jake knows how many are rooting for him to get beat. This kid's not stupid. Everything he does, it's done with an idea of how he would handle if things go bad. So he's taking all that into consideration when he took this fight against Gervonta Davis. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Hey, UFC 319 was an overwhelming success. I love you guys so much for tapping into Hamzat, to DDP, to the post-fight reaction. So many things. Guys, last week, 2 million views across our YouTube channel, 2.5 million views across my socials, and over 1 million views on TikTok. Crazy that you guys have been supporting at that level. And if you aren't following the TikTok, go follow the Daniel Cormier TV TikTok. We have a whole bunch of interesting things there. But hey, Tank Davis is 30-0-1. You want to talk about Jake Paul fighting a real boxer? That's a real boxer. Unfortunately, he's 7 weight classes below him. You can't make this stuff up, man. It's true. They're fighting. Until next time, guys, like and subscribe. Tell your friends about my YouTube channel and tell them to tap in with the boy DC. Until next time. Peace.